And good evening and welcome to Northwest Arena in Jamestown, New York, where Nickel City Hockey Network is proud to bring you live coverage of the Upstate New York Collegiate Hockey League Semifinals. Tonight's matchup features the Gannon-UNYCHL Knights and the Jamestown Community College Jayhawks. Hello everybody, thank you very much for joining us. I'm Sean McHugh here to deliver you the call of tonight's action, joined on the call by color commentator and producer Aaron Alpern, camera operator Jeff Jezerowski, live from the NCHN broadcast booth. And Aaron, we're about to get started, but it's been one heck of a day here for tournament hockey. We've had some drama. Our last game came down to the wire, and then we had two games that were won handily, and we are set a packed house tonight here at Northwest Arena for the final game of our Saturday before Championship Sunday.
Three great games already, but this is the one local hockey fans have really been looking forward to. The nightcap as Jamestown looks to punch their ticket into the finals tomorrow. Great crowd on hand as JCC ready to try to defend their home ice against Gannon.
And the puck is won by the Gannon-UNYCHL Knights, and we are underway as Kellogg, the leading scorer for the Jayhawks, leads the forecheck. Puck is through neutral ice where it's picked up there by the Knights. It's Chris Spriegel gets the puck in down low where Jamestown will give chase. It's Colson Barber. Good play to keep it alive there by Gannon as the forecheck is on. Long shot there, save made by Jamestown starting goalie James Anthony Rock. He has been a stalwart in net for the Jayhawks, and they're going to look to depend on him to continue his strong season here tonight. Log jammed up on the half wall between the Knights and the Jayhawks, and Kellogg backhands one out through neutral ice. That's going to head all the way down the ice, and we are going to get our first whistle as we have an icing call with 19:11 remaining here in the opening frame.
Gannon picking up an offensive zone faceoff here, and this has been a bit of a resurgent season for the Golden Knights. 8-7 in total on the year, 7-2-1 for D3 West, good enough for second place. And then they defeated Penn State Barron College in the 2-3 matchup 4-3 to get their way here to this matchup with Jamestown.
Moses looking to lead the forecheck. He's rubbed out neatly, but it's going to be Dylan Barnes leading the check, but a good defensive play to just clear the puck through neutral ice. DePasquale has some trouble with that, and Kellogg gets on the forecheck hard, but it's going to be Cole Bergman, the Florida Eel, way offsides, and we're going to get another whistle. Little ambitious right there by Josh Cooper, the defenseman, as we're going to get offsides in a neutral zone faceoff.
Jamestown Community College coming into this matchup with a 13-8 record overall. They were 6-0-1 in Division III Central. That good enough for first place. They get a first-round bye all the way to the semifinal matchup. And 2-1 is their record so far in 2026 play.
It is going to be Mazurko slamming on the brakes and sending it up to his captain. It's going to be the captain, Nate Stevens, but he's got some company, and it's Moses getting in on the forecheck. Plays in front of the net, and a big save made there by James Anthony Rock. Puck in neutral ice right there as Gannon looks to get back on the defensive. Slipped through neutral ice where the puck is gathered again by Stevens. Stevens finds Nelson, who just chips it in looking for a chip play. He's looking for Malik Powell, one of the very effective dish masters on this team as he comes in with 15 assists on the season. A very, very dynamic distributor of the puck he is. The captain, Stevens, has some company. Moses chips it out. That's played with a high stick. And very, very smartly, Jamestown plays it, because if they do not, it looks like Cole Christian's going to get a rush up the ice.
A little bit of physicality coming in on that play as well from Jamestown. Certainly something I would expect to see throughout this contest. A hallmark of their play is the physicality and the body checking. Sometimes going across the line where there could be penalties involved, so maybe seeing how they handle the disciplinary part of playing that physical hockey could certainly be a factor in this one.
Kyle Hawks leans in against Serco, and Hawks wins it. Shot from the point, saved there by James Anthony Rock. So he, the starting goaltender for the Jayhawks, seems to be locked in with his really, really neat Ed Belfour-looking goalie mask, I'd like to point out. Here is Mazurko. He's going to reverse ice. He's got some company by Kyle Hawks, and then he drops it back, but Hawks creates a turnover behind the net. Hawks looking in front, though, but yeah, great play by Christian Greaves to just jump down low, and then he's going to lead the rush, and he's got time and space. He's got Cooper Shelters going with him. Greaves through the legs, backhand, and a big save there by Donald Thompson, who will get the start in goal for the Gannon-UNYCHL Knights. As a heavy checking line comes out for their first shift in Jamestown, doing a nice job leading some pressure, getting an offensive zone faceoff, and smartly, they're going to get Kellogg back out there, as you have to be aware where he is at all times.
Good numbers there on that rush for Jamestown as they had a 3-on-2 with all forwards for Gannon chasing the play. Unable to really look for a pass, though, as the puck carrier just ended up taking the shot on the play.
That is Colin Bisbee, the starting goalie in net for Gannon. My mistake, as Gannon looks to lead the rush through the zone. It's played by Zachary Heinzel. He's going to head in on the forecheck, but he is beaten out there by Caden Johnson. And we're going to get a face-off here with 17:01 remaining in the opening period.
Looked like that might be an icing that they might have let go as it was deflected just short of the red line. But in this case, holding a tight standard in the early going is this referee crew. About 3 minutes into the action, neither team really with much of a scoring opportunity yet.
Shot deflected in front of the net, steered into the corner where it's picked up by Kellogg. Kellogg shimmy shakes her on one, backhand in front of the net, puck sitting there. Oh, way to recover there by Colson Barber as he blew an edge, but he was still able to keep the puck in at the line as we've got Caden Johnson stepping in the blue line. Pace to the front of the net. What a feed! And it's right off the hop. It is a goal for Jamestown. It's Cooper Bergman. One shot, one goal, 1-0 Jamestown Community College.
Took a little bit of time for that pass to get across, but it finally did and eventually found Cooper Bergman's stick, and he had an awful lot of net to shoot at there. He made no mistake finding the back of the net to give his Jayhawks the 1-0 lead.
Cooper Bergman, the former Florida Eel, gets his 10th of the season, and they don't come any easier than that for him. He is not going to miss from there. He is a sniper, and Cooper Bergman gets on the board early for the Jayhawks. Play through the neutral zone as Jamestown Community is going to look to continue as Malik Powell is going to head in on the forecheck. It's Landon Wurst. Through neutral ice it goes. It's going to be Caden Johnson whipping it down in as the Knights are going to gather along the corner. They look to reverse ice as now Moses behind his net has to avoid. Oh, here comes a three-man forecheck from Jamestown. Gannon's going to have to be ready for this because Jamestown sending all three forwards down below the dots. Moses gets his pocket picked by Stevens. Stevens in the slot, puts a move, and a nice recovery made by Landon Wurst at the last second, but it came at the cost of a penalty, and immediately after allowing the first goal, Gannon's going to head to the penalty kill, and it's already looking like the ice is tilting for the Jayhawks.
There's maybe just a little bit extra on the stick there. The initial stick lift probably was going to be allowed to go, and then the continuation and continuing to pull on the stick in that hooking motion, referee about 10 feet away making the quick call, and now Jamestown with the early goal, now with the early power play.
Yeah, and this is not a power play you want to play any games with here, so this is a big kill for the Gannon University Knights. I imagine they're going to lean heavily on their starting goaltender, Colin Bisbee. He has had a very nice season for the Knights, and they're going to need more of that tonight.
5-3-1 record on the year, 441 goals against, and his play in net has been a big reason why Gannon has had a nice upsurge in terms of where they are in the standings this year, finding their way all the way to the semifinals.
Kellogg looking to get a shot. That hits a skate in front, but the play's kept alive by Jamestown as the goal scorer Bergman gets it back. There's a shot off the bar. That was absolutely wired there by Christian Greaves, but Jamestown keeps it in with Kellogg. Kellogg looking in front of the net, nobody home, and that is going to find its way all the way to center ice where Christian Greaves will retreat. Not much pressure coming from Gannon as they're going to set up their box pressure in the neutral zone, which is going to allow Greaves to just coast right in over the line. Nobody really gets a stick on him, but he kind of overhandles the puck, and it's going to head into the corner for Bergman. Bergman sending it down low. He's got Brandon Smith. Brandon Smith looking in front for Greaves. He's got nothing, so he sends it over to Kellogg up top. Kellogg back for Greaves. He's got to deal with two sticks right here. Let's see if Gannon can get it out of the zone. They get it as far as Kellogg, and they get it down the ice. Good job killing by the Gannon University Knights as we are now down to 52 seconds remaining in the Jamestown Community College man advantage.
Big defenseman Joseph DiPasquale making the play there. The extra effort to make sure that one got out.
Stevens. Nice saucer pass and a good play to keep it alive here. But another nice defensive play there by the center, Dan Moses. Plays kept alive there by Stevens. Stevens sends it to an open wing. And then the puck is sent neatly down the ice as the ref has to do a little hopscotch to get over the puck. But Nelson's going to wind it up. Nelson, being bothered by Moses, decides to backtrack and then restart the windup. And then he finds Cooper Shelters. Cooper Shelters doing a nice job, chipping the puck in, and he's going to get it on the forecheck, and he's a big, heavy body. And the glass took the brunt of that check. Here comes Kellogg on his edges, looking to send it to the front. He had Stevens, but good defensive play by Gannon.
Another penalty coming up against Gannon.
This is not how you want the game to start if you're Gannon, as now the penalty just came back to full strength, and they're going straight back to the kill. And Jamestown was getting some puck possession, so you really do not want to let this power play find its groove early in the first.
Killed the first one off, and just as it was expiring, the second one was being signaled. So they give up the early goal, they kill off an early penalty, and now they have to do it yet again. Of course, talking about the Gannon Golden Knights here, 14 minutes to go here in period number one, and Gannon, at least in the first half of this period, spending a fair amount of it on their heels.
Absolutely they have, and not only that, they're losing Clayton Golf, their big defenseman. That's going to be integral. Here's Powell. Watch him. He is a dish master. Sends it to the point. Nelson not able to handle the pass, and that is cleared to center ice, and Jamestown's going to have to tag up. Nelson on his edges finds Brandon Smith. Brandon Smith on his backhand, shrugs off a check, and then heads in on the forecheck. It's picked up there by Luke Irvin. Cross it goes, and it's going to be Keegan Shefchak who's just going to send the puck all the way down the ice, and Gannon is going to get at least one fresh pair of legs onto the ice.
Go for Noah Kellogg.
Here comes Kellogg, and he can fly. Kellogg on his backhand, under the bar. He gets blown up. Nothing. There's nothing on the call here as a goaltender and defender got run. Kellogg, a strong rush on the play to create a scoring chance as we're going to get a whistle as the net gets dislodged, the goalie gets toppled over, and like you said, Aaron, the biggest defenseman out there for Gannon, DiPasquale, ends up in the back of the net.
Yeah, Kellogg with a great head of steam there coming through the neutral zone, winding it up from his own end. And the only thing that was going to stop him there was the goaltender, the netter, the backboards. Eventually, it was a combination of the first two.
That's what it takes to stop him.
And good to see that nothing really coming out of that. You could have definitely seen something in the aftermath of that whistle, but not in this case, as the penalty kill continues for Gannon.
And a good job clearing as Luke Irvin sends the puck the length of the ice where Rock is going to sit there behind the net. Little token pressure here coming from Gannon. Nothing really to write home about, as it's going to be the Jayhawks. Pass was red, but it's not picked off, and Brandon Smith is still going to gain the line. Brandon Smith sends the puck in down low. Tommy Vanderlip, he's got company from Cooper Bergman. Jamestown keeping the play alive.
Good stick.
Good stick there. Kellogg keeps it from going all the way down the ice as Jamestown needs to tag up yet again as we're down to 40 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Nobody's really talking, and with that, Colson Barber's kind of going to chip it in down low. Icing waved off, but it is going to be Landon Wurst getting there first. Landon Wurst absorbs a body check by Barber, but he still comes out of there with the puck. Bergman gets a shot there, but Brandon Smith picks up the puck. He has been all over the place in the first 8 minutes of this first period. Bit of a sloppy turnover here as the puck is sent all the way down the ice by Gannon, and they're at least going to get their forwards swapped out for some fresh legs.
5 seconds left in the penalty kill as well, so it looks like they're going to kill off back-to-back penalties.
But here comes Kellogg again, and he can jet. Kellogg on his forehand into the chest. Man, it's like watching Madonna out there with that jersey just fluttering behind him. When he gets going, that kid can really turn on the Jets. Nice move again. Packs to the front of the net. It got through everybody, and the goaltender, Bisbee, drops the paddle and makes sure nothing gets through him, and he keeps it a one-goal game as Jamestown looking to vulture around the net for some loose garbage.
Certainly Jamestown getting a little bit of momentum coming out of that power play, the back-to-back power plays. And now that we're back to 5-on-5, the face-off is going to come into the neutral zone.
11:40 here to go as Jamestown's going to swap out a couple forwards here as the captain, Nate Stevens, will be getting up as Nelson will take the face-off against Moses. Nelson wins it, puts a shot on goal, and the goaltender, Bisbee's got to play a little hot potato with that, and he thinks better of trying to mess with that and just holds for the whistle. And while we wait on this whistle, if you enjoy the high school, amateur, or college hockey content we provide at Nickel City Hockey Network, please feel free to like and subscribe at our YouTube channel. Visit our Instagram and Facebook pages, nickelcityhockeynetwork.com, bringing you all the best amateur, college, and high school hockey in the area. Moses is going to lean in to take the face-off here against Nelson. Possession is gained by Jamestown. Moses gets the puck here, and now here's Conrad. Conrad looks to send one to the front of the net, steered into the corner by Rock. Little drop pass for Nelson, and now he's going to head through neutral ice, 1-on-2. Nelson on his forehand, tough angle shot. Oh, he was looking for the far post. He might have had a window there, but the puck goes wide.
Bisbee might have gotten just a little bit of the glove on that one, and now we have a player getting tackled in the neutral zone.
Physical play, no harm, no foul, just a little bit of pleasantries exchanged, then the play will go on. Puck is fired in deep by Gannon as they're going to wholesale change it here. Nelson sends one up, looking for Kyle Wojtowicz. Gannon looking to start a breakout right here, but it skates right into a trap. Big hit there by the captain, Stevens, but it's going to be Gannon getting the pressure, looking to feed it in front of the net. Nobody home for the drop pass.
Big hit there by Stevens. I'm not sure who got the worst of that. Both players ended up certainly getting jarred by it.
Picked up there by Serku. Nate Serku up the near boards for Stevens. Stevens protecting the puck. And bodies just colliding everywhere. The puck stays alive in the Gannon zone for a shot from the point. Swallowed up by the glove of James Anthony Rock. And we're going to get a face-off here with 10:17 to go here in the opening frame.
So after those two power plays, the advantages there for Jamestown, back into a bit of a feeling out process, I would say, as the first period continues, reaching almost the halfway point of the period. Almost equal in shots, 6-5 in favor of Jamestown. Not surprising considering their two-man advantages.
Yeah, but honestly, surprisingly, that Gannon's been able to keep the shots close as they've been on their heels, but they have upped the pressure as Chris Spriegel is going to lean in to take the face-off. But it's picked up by Jamestown as Colston Barber sends it all the way around. Oh, that looked like a set play as Kellogg tried to sneak in behind them, and he shreds off a tech, and he's looking to set up Bergman yet again. DePasquale fends off the check by Brandon Smith. Back to their captain, Chris Spriegel. Barber going to head back. He's got Keegan Shevchuk in his back pocket, and he gets the puck back. And now Jamestown going to look to start the breakout. Up through neutral ice it goes. Kellogg looking for Bergman. Plays offside, so Gannon could get a free clear, but they do not maintain possession of the puck, and it's sitting there just outside the blue line. Puck finds its way out to center ice where Colston Barber is going to look to flip one, but the puck rolls on him before it can get to Kellogg. But all Gannon's really able to do is just get it a little past center ice before Jamestown comes right back into the zone, and there's Kellogg again. Kellogg looking to create some space, one step away from the big move, but a good defensive play by Gannon. Brandon Smith down low for Kellogg, looks to play the puck off the back of the net to himself, gathers in the corner he goes. Kellogg creates a shot while falling down, looking to draw a penalty, still gets one to the net. Ooh, Kellogg a little slow to get up right now. Puck is flagged down by Barber, and he's just going to float one into the Gannon zone, where DePasquale will pick up the puck. DePasquale looking for an outlet, decides to just flip one through center ice, looking for Barnes, but again, it's just picked up there by Colston Barber. Colston Barber, a defenseman that's likely going to eat a ton of minutes tonight. He's out there again. Nate Stevens. Ooh, Nate Stevens putting the drag show on. One too many moves and loses the puck to center ice, but Jamestown maintains possession through the neutral zone. Puck is by Josh Cooper. Flips it around for Malik Powell. Malik Powell has some forecheck pressure on him as Gannon's looking to get the puck down low and set up shop in the offensive zone, but Powell comes out of there and he puts it through neutral ice for Stevens. DePasquale fires it in from neutral ice as it's stopped behind the net by Rock. Here's Mazurko. Mazurko off the wall, picked up right neutral, reverse hit right there. Big reverse hit, but it doesn't do much as Malik Powell's going to gain the zone, and he's got some help coming. Malik Powell through the crease looking for the tap-in play, just short of the attacking forward.
Great look as the Gannon defenseman was doing everything he could to get back in that play, was still a step behind, passed just a bit off the mark there for Jamestown.
Through the neutral zone it goes, where it's Josh Cooper. Up the middle it goes for Shelters, but he's not able to handle it, and the puck finds, oh, here we go. Here's an opportunity, weird bounce. There's the shot. Rock gets high out on the blue paint to challenge, makes the save as Cole Torrent gets in for an opportunity, and another save by James Anthony Rock. He has looked very calm and very steady early here in this hockey game as we have 7:13 to go here in the opening frame.
It was certainly a funky bounce as Gannon went to play it up the near wall. Ended up hitting either a Jamestown stick or stanchion on the wall, maybe a combination of the two. Deflected pretty suddenly to the middle of the ice, and there was a lot of room in front of Cole Tarrant, and a great opportunity. Stays a 1-0 game, though, as Rock makes the save.
More calamity in the Gannon zone here, but they're going to get the puck out to center ice where it's going to be Kellogg picking it up, looking like he's no worse for wear from the fall he took on his last shift. Bergman, the goal scorer, gains the line. He's got a lot of space, but a really nice stick right there by Clayton Dolph. Puck not out of the zone as Kellogg's going to retrieve it behind the net. He's got some pressure from the referee. That maybe makes it hard for him to get anything set up, but it looks like Gannon does him a solid and ices the puck as long as Colston Barber gets there, which he does, as we're going to get an icing here with 6.5 to go in the opening frame.
A couple of times on those entry plays for Jamestown, the gaps have been a little bit wider than I think Gannon would want from their defensemen. Certainly without the proper numbers coming back into the zone, they want to either do one of two things, either get the defenseman up towards the blue line to really challenge those puck carriers, or make sure there are better numbers back on the back check to make sure that they aren't getting outnumbered on rushes like they have been a couple of times.
Puck is kept in there to Stevens. Stevens, the captain, finds Powell.
Penalty coming up.
Powell sends one in front, finds a man, and yes, a delayed penalty against Gannon. And Barber is going to take it all the way out so they can get the goalie and get their sixth man out there and begin their attack. Barber sidesteps one, and that's about as far as he's going to go as Gannon touches up, and the Jamestown Community College Jayhawks are going to head back to the man advantage with 6:01 to go in the first period.
Third opportunity now for Jamestown on the man advantage. So far, Gannon has done what they've needed to do to kill it off, but flirting with disaster to give the man advantage to a team like Jamestown this many times.
Absolutely. Third time is not a charm on defense. It may be for Jamestown as they're going to send out this high-octane power play for their third attempt.
Kellogg taking his spot at the near point in the middle of the ice. Keep an eye on 63.
Yep, it's going to be Bergman leaning in to take the face-off against Hawks. Face-off is won and not able to be kept in there. And that's an offside, so Gannon's going to get a free opportunity to clear it. They just get it through the neutral zone as Barber goes D to D. Kellogg gets it back to Barber through center ice. Again, like Aaron said, the gaps are wide, but they're way offsides. That was just a very slow developing zone entry. I don't think any of the forwards were in sync there, and they drew themselves offsides.
Well, so far this power play stuck in neutral for the first 21 seconds, but still a lot of time left to get that offensive zone time established. Start getting that puck moving around and look for good opportunities. Noah Kellogg crossing the blue line to get that started.
Kellogg on his edge, circles ice. Look at the amount of respect he's getting. Fires from a tough angle, and that is going to be a clear to center ice as Barber through neutral ice is going to head up and look to start the attack as we're down to 1:15 to go in the power play. And again, it's like coast mode right now. And Jamestown, an extremely undisciplined penalty as Barber knows it immediately as his head goes straight to the ceiling. And that'll do it for the man advantage for Jamestown as Barber's going to get hit with a slash. Bergman, thank you.
Barber had the puck when it happened. Bergman finding his way onto the score sheet for a second time today. He's got a goal and a penalty.
Yeah, their numbers both end in 7. I'll get it right.
Fair enough. So 4-on-4 for 1:11, and then an abbreviated power play for Gannon as it'll be the first time they get the man advantage in this game.
Moses leaning in to take the face-off. And here, Jamestown looking to get a breakout, but now the forecheck pressure initially causes some trouble, but it's going to be Jamestown heading through numbers. Serko finds Kellogg. Kellogg takes a shot for the far pad. Nice save right there. Goalie gets run again, and refs are just letting it go. And I don't know if he was tripped or what, but here comes Moses. Moses looking in front of the net. Puck kind of leans on the post, and Rock is going to drop the glove just to play it safe, and we're going to get a face-off here with 4:45 to go in the first period.
Still 44 seconds to go in the Gannon penalty as we get a offensive zone draw for the Knights.
Moses.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
As mentioned earlier, Gannon coming into this game, winning the 2-3 playoff matchup against Penn State Barron College. That was maybe a bit of an upset, only considering they had lost to Penn State Barron College 3 times already this season.
Nelson on his backhand, looking to create an opportunity. He's going to wheel around, gets the puck chopped off his stick, but Malik Powell gets in down low. Puck support initiative, but no communication, and it's going to be Christian Greaves getting the puck back, slamming on the brakes. You know, a lot of stick handling, but here's Nelson with a shot. Oh, yep. Bisbee's got to get down on the blocker there. You know, Aaron, I'm noticing Jamestown, a lot of the forwards are trying to stick handle through a lot of guys. They really should look to dish the puck and move it quicker. I mean, they're getting the zone time. They got to move the puck faster.
Especially when you have this much room out there on the ice. Let the puck do the work for you. Don't try to skate it around the ice as the tendency has been so far for JCC.
Certainly isn't a case of them not having guys capable of skating the puck, but it's faster to move the puck if you send it up the ice.
So 17 seconds to go in 4-on-4 play. Then Gannon will have a shortened power play as they get their proper personnel out here for this defensive zone draw.
Gannon going to whip it around, but it's going to be Daniel Young keeping the play alive initially, but the puck is picked up by Chris Spriegel. Spriegel dealing with the dogged forecheck of Young as he's got some juice, and he is just dogging the puck carrier right now, who does skate it out, and he's going to gain the line. But he's met neatly by the defense.
Nice battle there.
Very good battle. And way to not take a hook right there as well. And the puck is just sent all the way down the ice. That's a heck of a clear by Jamestown. And they're getting right on the forecheck. Moses takes a hit from Cooper. Puck goes all the way back looking for Tommy Vanderlip. Vanderlip puts a nice move on the forechecker, but he's not going anywhere with it, so Jamestown's going to be perfectly content just having this penalty kill. Just see the last 10 seconds just bleed off. Yeah, and Gannon's not even going to try.
Kellogg's out there looking to create something shorthanded.
That is not the guy to try that thing on, but luckily Moses got away with it that time. Never saw the man out of the box, and Smith is going to pick up the puck in his own end, and he's going to reverse course, looking to lead the breakout. Smith just skates away from the forecheck and is going to look to head down the left wing, but he's met neatly, but he delivers the biggest end of that hit. And then it's going to be sent in front of the net by Bergman.
Still like seeing that play from Vanderlip stepping up at the blue line, denying that gap.
Puck shot high and wide, and it's sent in down below the goal line where the puck is picked up by Cooper Bergman, the goal scorer, who subsequently loses the puck to Cole Christian. Spriegel chips it down low for Cole Tarrant. Tarrant's got Barber in his pocket, but he maintains possession. Nice little drop pass. Ooh, that was one connection away from a pretty little passing play, as it's going to be Clayton Dolph dealing with Kellogg harassing him, and Kellogg comes out of there with the puck. Kellogg looking to dish. He finds Nelson, but he can't handle the pass, and the puck is sent to center ice, but it doesn't get any further as Barber tries to be a little sneaky and fire one in from the neutral ice. Bisbee wise to that and pads it away. Clearing attempt goes nowhere as Barber takes a knuckler that's shrugged off by Bisbee. Puck up through neutral ice looking for Spriegel, but again, calmly just taken away by Barber. Now here's Nelson with some room. Nelson looks to gather a shot blocked neatly by DePasquale. Big turnover. There's the shot by Stevens and a big glove save with the pad by Bisbee to keep it a 1-0 Jamestown lead. Barber again winds, fires a shot. I don't know if that got hit in front, but that thing had some juice on it. Jamestown really starting to apply the pressure right now. Gannon needs to get a change or get the puck down the ice as they're just getting run over by Jamestown. And the crowd loves that as the captain Stevens is tangled up with the man he just put on the ice. And Gannon just sends it out. That was the smart play. They're not going to hit by icing, and they're going to get some fresh legs out there as that line kind of got bum rushed a little bit. Another hit thrown there as Gannon's going to go D to D.
Yeah, DePasquale hitting Surku into the bench wall in front of the Gannon bench. Surku's stick going into the Gannon bench.
Might have been a slash that wasn't called there, but no harm, no foul. Ooh.
Physicality picking up here as we're under a minute to go in the first.
Sure is, but Gannon might have a break here if they can get clean. Here comes Heinzel. Neatly taken away on the back check, and Jamestown looking reverse ice with Cooper. Cooper's going to get it back. Is he going to be able to get there? The play is offsides as we are just a tick under 20 seconds remaining here in the opening period.
Fourth game of the day, as we have had three exciting semifinal matchups so far in the UNYCHL playoffs, D2 and D3. Early on today, it was Canisius finding their way into the Division III championship. The winner of this game will face them tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Final 20 seconds to go here in the opening frame. Moses looking to create something, but Cooper doing a nice job with the stick chop on the puck to make sure nothing comes of this as we're down to the final 7 seconds here in the opening period. Gannon is going to fire the puck in deep. It's going to be gathered there by the Jayhawks as that's going to do it for the opening frame. 1-0 Jamestown Community College lead as the goal scorer Cooper Bergman registers the only tally. As we are going to just step away, but Aaron, before we do that, what do you think of the period?
I would certainly say that it was the type of period that is reflected on the scoreboard. Jamestown with the 1-0 lead. They had the advantage in shots on goal, 11-7. They had a clear edge in terms of power play opportunities that were afforded during that period. Essentially, it was cruise control, I would say, would be a good way to describe it from Jamestown. Not overly dominating the game, but certainly in control. whether or not Gannon has some adjustments to make there at intermission to try to push back a little bit in the second. We'll certainly be interested to see that.
Absolutely. So we are going to step away here for a moment. Once again, it is the Jamestown Community College Jayhawks 1, the Gannon University Knights 0. We're going to step away here for an ice resurface, and we'll be back for second period action here on the Nickel City Hockey Network. And welcome back to Northwest Arena in Jamestown, New York, where we're just about ready for second period action of the UNYCHL semifinals between the Gannon University Knights and the Jamestown Community College Jayhawks. Thank you again for joining us. I am Sean McHugh, delivering you the call of this evening's action, joined by color commentator, producer Aaron Alpern, camera operator Jeff Jezerowski, live from the NCHN broadcast booth. Aaron, you described at the end of the period, it was a period you wouldn't say was dominated by Jamestown, but was controlled by Jamestown. Shots were closer than you would think just on the optic level. Jamestown did get 3 power play opportunities. They were able to get 1 goal early by Cooper Bergman. Other than that, Gannon didn't really threaten the goaltender. James Anthony Rock made all the saves you would expect a goaltender of his caliber to make in this playoff game. And now we are going to head to second period play, and the crowd has been into it today. So I am expecting a little intensity. How about you before we drop the puck?
I certainly would expect the both sides to come out here ready to set the tone and get a little bit of momentum. Gannon trying to maybe make some adjustments from first period play and try to get a little bit more time in the offensive zone. The shots might have been close at 11-7 in favor of JCC, but the quality scoring chances were well in the Jayhawks' favor.
And second period action here is underway as the puck is gathered by Irvin. Down below the goal line as he looks up, as now Bergman's going to force him out from behind his net, and Bergman will skate it up. He avoids 1, he avoids 2, but the pass is well ahead of his captain, Chris Spriegel, which is going to be an icing, and we're going to get an offensive zone faceoff in the Gannon zone. As before the puck drops, if you do enjoy the high school, amateur, and college hockey content provided by Nickel City Hockey Network, please like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Visit us on Facebook and on Instagram at nickelcityhockeynetwork.com. Looked like a set play was attempted there by Jamestown, but it's going to be Gannon ripping through the zone. Oh, and they are just offsides as Hawks went for the drop pass instead of carrying it, and the faceoff is going to come through neutral ice as we are just 40 seconds through the second frame. and we've already had 2 whistles.
Continuing my point there about Gannon looking to get some higher quality chances. That was a 3-on-2 coming together that disappeared rather quickly with the offsides play, seeing just a little bit of frustration maybe growing from some of the Gannon players, understandable considering how few good looks they've had like that one.
Here's Powell. Powell chips it over the line. That play was onside, I guess, and we are going to continue play here. Nate Stevens keeps it alive. Powell looking to drop it back. Puck golfed out of the air. What do you do there? No high stick call on the play, but it's going to be Colson Barber picking it up. Colson Barber, Aaron, I don't know if I ever saw him come off the ice in the first period.
Certainly had a lot of ice time as well as a lot of puck time.
Play to the back door as Nelson was looking for a tap in. Nothing there as Jamestown's looking to attack the blue paint. Here's numbers for Gannon. Here's Shevchuk for the drop pass. Back to Shevchuk, and it was in his feet as the play was set up nicely. No finish, but there's the shot, and they score! Dan Moses pops out from behind and just turns and fires one. I think he caught Rock leaning on the near post just a little bit. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Gannon. They get this thing tied early in the second period.
Whatever the adjustment that was made during the first intermission certainly seems to be working a minute and a half into the second as Gannon sees their first really good scoring opportunity of the game turn into their first goal of the game. Big
goal right there. Like you said, Jamestown had control in the first. Gannon takes that back for now, and let's see if there's an answer. Gannon looking to get through neutral ice, and a really nice shot. Big collision in front of the bench again. It looks like Serku fell down, but still felt the need to chirp. That's fine. Big turnover there. Shelters has it, and Shelters falls on the shot, but it's Serku again. Serku seems to be inviting contact right now, turning his back to the man, just waiting for someone to come to him, and that seems to work. But the puck is cleared by Gannon, but it's going to go wide of the crease. We got a race for it here, though. But Heinzel, he was close. But yes, I definitely would agree that Christian Greaves did get there first. It was a good effort, but we're going to get a face-off in the Gannon defensive zone here with 2 minutes and change gone in the second period.
Offensive zone draw here for JCC. No surprise to see Bergman, Smith, and Kellogg out here for this O-zone draw as they try to re-seize the momentum in this game.
That is the line to do it, but possession gained by Gannon. Shevchuk losing the puck through neutral ice. We got another race for it as Kellogg. I mean, there's speed, and then there's what Kellogg has. That kid has speed and power in his stride. If you blink and lose track of him, you're cooked. Here's Smith. All 3 forwards in the zone. Smith takes a shot and a good stick by the defenseman Clayton Dolph. I think Jamestown maybe got a little excited there, or maybe not realized they had numbers. That shot came quickly, and there was room to spread that puck around.
That's the second time in the game that's happened. In the first period, there was a 3-on-2 play that puck carrier was carrying it up the right wing, never looked for the pass option, took a pretty harmless shot. In that case, it was a 3-on-1 that disappeared with a pretty harmless shot.
Here comes Gannon. It's going to be Tarrant. Tarrant chips it in as he's 1-on-2. Rock comes out to play it, does not get a stick on it, and Gannon's going to look to start the forecheck. Puck in the skates. Oh, that was a backdoor play, but they couldn't connect as that was Cole Christian that snuck in behind the defenseman. Brandon Smith fights off a stick, and he sends the puck in down low as it's going to be Di Pasquale, the big defenseman for Gannon. But he gets knocked off the puck easily, and then a shot attempt coming. Man, shot after shot after shot coming is now here comes Gannon. It's going to be Barber. Colson Barber logging about as many minutes as his goaltender tonight, gets the puck through to Kellogg. Kellogg's got Nelson, good look, but the pass is in his skates, and Nelson wasn't able to fire the shot. Nelson on his backhand. There's the shot deflected in front, and it's going to whip around. But Jamestown's going to keep the play alive. Greaves takes a shot, blows it into a shin guard, and the puck ricochets all the way out through neutral ice as Gannon's going to try and get some changes, and Jamestown's looking to catch him. Plays onside, backhand. Oh, that was a nice-looking play by Greaves. Shouldered away there by Bisbee as we got a whistle.
Might have caught a little shoulder, might have caught a little post as well, and then went out towards the far corner. Getting the whistle there in the aftermath as Jamestown certainly pushing there in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, Jamestown looking to seize back some of the momentum they may have lost on that goal as Nelson's going to lean in for the faceoff. Malik Powell in the shooter slot. He gets it, but the puck wasn't sitting flat for him. 3-on-1 for Gannon. Oh, and that is great defense. Puck to the front of the net, and it goes just wide of the far post. Some good hockey being played right there. Gannon not able to gather much of anything, although they do have some zone time, as it's going to be Nelson going D-to-D for his captain, Stevens. Stevens tries to go D-to-D for Powell. He's not able to get it, but Nelson's going to get the puck. He's got it on his forehand, throws one to the net, but it's tipped all the way wide of the far post. Play still kept alive by Jamestown, sent into the zone for Nelson. Nelson fights through some stick work and then gets the puck to Cooper. Big deflection in front of the net, and nobody in green's able to get a blade on that to swat it home as the puck pinballed around in front of the net. Again, that corner blue line on the near side is where the log jams continue to occur here, as we've got a whistle here with 5 minutes gone in the second frame.
Well, after Gannon got on the board, Jamestown has used it as a bit of a wake-up call, as they have the last 4 shots here in this second period. None of them getting past Bisbee yet, though, as it remains 1-1, approaching the 15-minute mark of the second.
Face-off won by Gannon. It is going to be Spriegel skating through neutral ice, but that's as far as he's going to get before Colson Barber picks up the puck. Colson Barber lifts one through neutral ice, neatly kicked away, and here comes Spriegel. Spriegel takes a shot from distance. That is easily swallowed up by the goaltender Rock, and he's going to hold on for an offensive zone faceoff for Gannon.
Well, sometimes they say there's no such thing as a bad shot, but Rock tried to prove that one differently by pretty routinely handling that one from distance. Will be an offensive zone faceoff here for Gannon, though.
Gannon's been good on the dot so far, as it is going to be Moses leaning in to take the draw against Bergman. Moses, the goal scorer for Gannon, gets one in front of the net. Oh boy, here's Kellogg, and he's got Bergman with him. Kellogg, 2-on-1. Kellogg takes the shot, blockered away by Bisbee. Huge save on the most dangerous player on either team here in this game. Now it's going to be Moses. Going to try his luck for goal number 2. Instead, he's going to think better of forcing the shot and send it down low, where it's going to be picked up by Tarrant. Tarrant's got company, and now Bergman, down from his forward position, playing a little defense, gets it to Kellogg, who then finds his line mate Brandon Smith, who kicks it to himself through the neutral zone, and he's going to swing it in down low, where Kellogg is going to get in on the forecheck and swing it back. Smith going to the wall with Conrad. Puck gets to neutral ice. There's a shot by Bergman. Puck is just sitting there. It's still loose, and Kellogg's down there. He gets wiped out. Luckily, the goaltender's able to get up. There's a deflection. Kellogg kicking it in front of the net. Best sustained pressure by Jamestown all game. Kellogg in the slot, shoots one, and it just rose on. I don't know if it got blocked or if it rolled. I would not advise allowing Kellogg that type of access to the slot ever.
Penalty coming up now.
That was a matter of when, not if, at this point.
Oh, it's Jamestown. Oh, and an extra one.
I don't know about they're not calling a penalty on the shot, are they? He clearly had no idea there was a delayed penalty on his team right there. That was totally harmless.
The whistle did go before he shot it, so I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm just knowing what happened there.
We're going to see what the call here is. It's definitely 2 for Mazurko. He got the initial penalty, too. They give him 10?
Yeah, 2 minutes for head contact, and then it was a 10-minute misconduct for shooting the puck after the whistle.
Okay, well, the refs are not playing games right now, as there was no attempt at tolerance for that. And okay, that's the precedent they're going to set. I can get behind it, but man, okay, door.
Ooh, 4
open.
minutes.
He got
4 minutes.
Yeah, they gave him 2.
I don't know if it was a double minor for the head contact, or if it was, or what it might be 2 for the head contact and then 2 for the misconduct.
And then 10.
Not exactly sure.
They're set. Is Kellogg going to the box too?
I'm not sure if he had the original penalty.
Oh, that's huge for Gannon right now. They have Kellogg off the ice for 2 minutes and a 4-minute power play. This is big here, but also if you're Gannon, not to get ahead of myself, you got to be aware when that penalty runs out.
Okay, so Gannon with a big power play opportunity as we're almost halfway through this contest.
Oh, boy.
2 players converging there on the penalty kill. Good work to get that puck free and then to get a clear. Almost ended up with a bit of a break shorthanded.
Oh, that's a huge hit. Oh, he's hurt. DePasquale's hurt. He's limping. He's going to get back into the play, though. Oh, he's going to remember that later in this game. I can promise you that. Here is Moses. Down low it goes. And Gannon looking to get something set up on this power play, but right now it's Jamestown just kind of sending the puck out, and they're being aggressive on the penalty kill. Even if they're not, dogging the puck carrier, what they are doing is they're making sure they cannot take their time.
Very casual so far here from the Gannon breakout, as no real puck support being offered.
I don't know what's going on here. No one can seem to get their bearings about him, but here's DePasquale with a wire. That's a big man with a long hockey stick that can really shoot that thing.
Oh, he just got cross-checked in the face, too. I think we're going to get another Jamestown penalty here.
That's ridiculous. Wow.
DePasquale might be going to the box, too. Yeah, the referee signaling in that direction.
I don't know if it was intentional, but his stick went up and caught Nelson high. Yeah, they're getting him. That's okay. Okay, the refs are going to call it tight today, and that's okay. They're going to control this one.
Now we get the conversation about it, as we made note of Kellogg being off the ice in the initial penalty that Jamestown took, and how that would certainly be a negative for their personnel. Losing DePasquale for his penalty, certainly a negative for Gannon.
Yes, but it looks like, I don't know if we're going to if it's going to be 5-on-4. No, it should be 5-on-4, I would think. Or are we going to get 4-on-3?
To be determined.
Here we go. The ref is throwing out a fan. And look how cool he is, pumping up the crowd for getting thrown out of a club hockey game. Aaron, have you ever seen such coolness?
That's a moment.
Just imagine being thrown out of an event like this.
I'm wondering what he must have said to get taught. He hasn't actually left either. He's still just gone up to the top step.
I can tell you right now, he's just going to try and sneak back in and sit somewhere else. That's what's going to happen.
Well, when you have a large crowd on hand and referee wants to excuse someone from the crowd, it's a little bit more difficult, I would think.
Yep. The way you set him straight, and I'm not calling for this because it can't affect the game, the way you stop that is you call a penalty on the home team. And I'm not calling – whoa! We have an ejection here.
I was not necessarily surprised to see that against Nelson, because when he came back at DePasquale, it was a cross-check up around the head.
Yes, it was.
And DePasquale was on the ice when it happened, but where that hit is directed kind of comes with it almost automatic penalty along those lines. So the referees conferring, discussing it amongst themselves, and issuing the game misconduct. So now really interested to see what the whole penalty numbers will end up being on the scoreboard, what the manpower will be as we come out of this into the next faceoff.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. There's some serious drama, and now we have some fans getting the business from the officials as well. So these refs are not playing games today. Look at this. 5. There's a major on the board. It's going to be yeah.
All right,
wow.
So it's a 5-minute major against Jamestown, a 2-minute minor against Gannon, and that's what it looks like at least right now, at least based on what we're seeing on the board. We will wait and see a little bit more information before we confirm that 100%. So that tells me it'll be 4-on-3 when we come out of this?
I would think it's going to be 4-on-3 for 2 minutes. But then, is it 5-on-3 when...
Yes, then it becomes 5-on-3 for 47 seconds after that. Now the penalties come off the board. Now we just have to wait and see. We tried to spec. It's a 4 that goes up there on the board for Gannon. So
okay, so it's
that means we're going to get 4 on. All right, 4 on 3 for 247,
and then 4 on 4 for a minute 13, and then again in power play for a minute. If my math is mathing, and trust me, I've never been, nor will I ever be mistaken for a mathematician. Jeff, camera operator Jeff is laughing and clapping. I can't tell if I was right or if he's giving me the business. You never know with this guy, but I did my best.
We don't actually have to be right in terms of how it's going to be handed out in terms of the penalties.
Yes,
we can just correct ourselves as we go and realize what's happening.
I love it. I can't be wrong that way. All right, so 4 on 3 for now. Moses. One-timer. Wow, that thing had some whip to it. Moses again.
Luke Irvin really teeing off on that one.
He's gonna get one on the net again. Irvin with a shot blockered away there by Rock. That's what Jamestown's going to need here. There's going to be ice for Gannon to shoot. He's going to see him. He's going to need to make the saves.
So the 4 on 3 continues for the Golden Knights. An awful lot of ice out there as Gannon looks to take the lead here in second period play.
And 3 of Jamestown's most important players off the ice. Another save there by Rock as the goaltender's your best penalty killer. In 37 seconds of that, he's been that.
Got to wonder how much they work on 4 on 3 opportunities. Talking about Gannon here, at least in that exchange that led to that shot from distance, kind of looked like maybe a team that didn't know quite what to do with so much room out there in the man advantage.
Face-off won by Jamestown. Stevens looks to clear, but it's pinched off on the boards by Moses. Landon Worst, time and space, takes a shot. That was a bit rushed, but it's okay as Gannon stays in the zone. Landon Worst again. He's awfully far out considering there's only 3 defenders.
I was thinking the same thing. This is just too far spread out. They want to be a lot more compact to make this work. This helps.
Yeah, you got to. Yep. Yeah, Worst is playing this like it's a 5 on 4, and that's exactly what Jamestown wants. Oh, here it comes.
Now they're tighter where they need to be, but the pass is just off the mark.
Yeah, if they connect on a pass, they're going to have something here. Oh, wow, like that. Centimeter to the right, and it's 2-1. Moses lays down the defenseman. Worst. Shot. It's high. Here's picked up again by Worst.
Penalty coming up in front of the net, and Stevens letting him hear about it too.
Oh, boy, that's terrible. You can't do that. Daniel Conrad with an incredibly boneheaded penalty. And there goes the momentum, at least for now.
We're going to see a rarity.
3 on 3.
Second period 3 on 3 play for an extended bit of time.
Wonder if we're getting some foreshadowing for a certain event tomorrow.
The D3 championship game?
Yep, that's what I was talking about. Because 3 on 3 overtime in the Olympics is dumb, and nobody will tell me it's not.
Certainly not going to be the D2 championship game.
And Aaron.
Spoiler alert.
Aaron, while we have a moment, why don't we let some of our loyals who probably do not know what has transpired what to expect now tomorrow?
Breaking news, I guess we can go with here is there will only be one game coming from Jamestown tomorrow. It will be the D3 championship. It's currently scheduled at 3 p.m. D2 has had some strange happenings going on with it. It'll take a little bit more than this stoppage to explain it. But no D2 game is currently on the schedule for tomorrow. We'll go into a little bit more depth as we continue here, but 3 on 3 for the next minute.
Well, this is fun, so let's see what we get here, and hopefully the 2 teams provide us with the excitement. They're young folks. They can handle this. Yep, here comes Jamestown. It's Christian Greaves. He finds Cooper, and he's looking for Malik Powell. Cooper's going to get there first, and he's going to keep possession alive. Gannon definitely needs to get out of their own zone right here. But Cooper is certainly not going to allow that to happen with any ease. And those moves are nice, Aaron, but I think you would be happy if he's just pulling him behind his own goal line. Dolph, down low from his D position. He better get back. They need support right there.
This is not the kind of open ice I would have expected to see with 3 on 3. This has been rather clogged.
That felt like 6 on 6.
All right, now it's a Jamestown power play as Kellogg leaves the box, so it'll be 4-on-3 now, the opportunity for the team in green.
Moses really needs to head back. He's got to head back straight to the top of the triangle. Kellogg on his backhand, a little wide. Oh, and the ref just took an ankle biter. Barber, Stevens, had the shot if he wanted it, finds Kellogg, and I don't know if he fanned on it or someone got a stick on it. Oh, a Jim Craig-esque save right there. That was labeled for the top corner, and Bisbee just got the butt end of a stick on it. Stevens, down below the dot. He finds Kellogg. Oh, and it jumps his stick.
5 seconds to go in the first Gannon penalty.
Wow, the puck gods are not loving Jamestown right now, but here's Kellogg looking to do something about that. Fires into a chest, and it's held by Bisbee, which is the smart play, as we're going to get 19 seconds of 4-on-4, and then Gannon will get a 5-on-4 power play for exactly 1 minute.
It's a lot to keep track of, but you know what, Sean? We had it right. When we were speculating on what we were about to see, we had everything perfectly correct.
To all of my math teachers that told me I needed to study harder, you were probably right.
Yeah, and I don't want anyone to go back and actually check what we said. I'm just going to go with we were right.
We were right, and nobody can verify that. Please don't. And the play is ahead for Jamestown, as we are down to the final 5 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. And here is Barber. Barber just content getting it down low. And here he comes. Here comes Gannon, Luke Irvin. He's the guy they're looking to set the big slap shot. He fires a wrist shot up high. Little difficulty hearing that. And here comes DePasquale again.
I just don't understand why 3 people are coming in to try to...
Are they scared of him?
Initiate justice there on what is a pretty innocent play in front of the net. DePasquale getting his helmet knocked off.
They took another penalty. This is incredibly boneheaded hockey by Jamestown. I don't understand why the fans are booing. You can't hit a guy in the head.
It's a pretty easy call. I'm surprised. They could have given a couple different Jamestown players penalties on that one.
And
I'm not sure exactly what message it's sending other than enjoy your 2-man advantage.
DePasquale, he's putting the work in right now. He's taking a beating right now. Someone just got tossed. The ref at center ice is tossing people. Whoa, another bench minor. They're not learning. They're continuing to try these refs, and these refs are not going to take it.
Well, this is going to be an extended period of time now.
And these
Jamestown
fans really better get it together. Throwing stuff on the ice when these refs are not hesitating to throw people out. They're gonna hurt their team.
Jamestown player or coach just throw a water bottle onto the ice?
That should be an automatic ejection right there. It is a playoff game in your home rink. Show some sliver of class. Somebody in this rink.
So let's take a look at what it's got to be 5-on-3. Scorekeeper wanting to know exactly what it's going to look like. It's a crowded penalty box for Jamestown. I know that much. 4 players over there in green. And that means that we're going to have quite a bit of time here.
They're swapping. Okay, never mind. I thought they had 4, and I was going to be like, what are we doing here? Also, if you're Gannon, you got to capitalize on this. Jamestown's putting it on a platter for you.
Mm-hmm.
If they do all this and you come away with nothing, that's got to be demoralizing. You got 3 dudes in the box.
Well, here's what you have to remember is that just a little bit ago they had a 4-on-3 that took a little while for them to get figured out, but once they did, they started moving the puck around, getting some good looks. Now they get 5-on-3. Let's see what they can do with this.
They gotta tighten up. Oh, the shot was quicker.
Nets off.
Yep. Oh, if he called another penalty, could you imagine?
Oh, this place would riot.
Oh, yeah. An interesting second period is probably a massive understatement on my end.
And I'm wondering here in terms of penalty time, there's 32 seconds on the board and then 1:49 on the board in terms of the Jamestown penalties. I don't know if that first one gets released after the next 27 seconds.
Saved by Rock. Puck in front of the net. And it's like the Count Dooku scene from Revenge of the Sith as there's 2 stick blades right across his neck.
But at least 3 guys didn't cross-check him in the head, so maybe we're getting a little bit more mature.
Okay, so I'm hoping they might have learned something here.
2-man advantage continuing for Gannon. This is just a huge opportunity that they have to be a little bit more urgent with.
Yeah, it almost feels like they're just content just having the zone time, that they're not, I'm not saying they're not trying to score, but shots from the outside, not a whole lot in front of the net. 3 seconds left, 2-1.
Penalty not released, though, as the second one goes up on the board. So still minute 15 of 5-on-3.
And lessons just are not a thing we're learning here today, Aaron. The thing that's funny is DePasquale's just going to go there because he draws a reaction every single time. He just has to be near it. I don't know what I don't know what DePasquale has done to make Jamestown so mad, but every time one of them sees him, they want to punch him in the head.
He's a bit of a pest. For a big player, he's a pest. He's involved in all those dirty areas. He goes to the front of the net on the power play. Not surprising that a player of his size is going to draw attention in front of a goaltender.
Walking it in. Oh, he had a pass, but he lost it, and here's Barber. Man down, but he gets back. He recovers in time, and they got to look here as Stevens gets in behind him. Oh, man. Oh, you got to cover that. Okay. Gannon's got numbers, and they can take their time. Barber is gliding on the back check. They can get set up here, but they're going to coast into the zone to set up behind the net. Again, they're basically at the blue line to set up their 5-on-3. And what a save. And what a save. And there's an elbow to the head. And that's your captain.
It's always Stevens usually involved in those.
You know, if you're wearing the C, you shouldn't be chucking elbows in dudes' chins. That's just me, though. Got him. They got him. Once again, Gangrene not learning anything.
And it's the captain going to the penalty box.
Your captain cannot take that penalty.
That's just silly.
That's your leadership doing this, Aaron.
And it's not like this is a sudden turn in the way this game's being officiated. This one's been tightly called since it started getting physical in the first period.
Your captain is the player that's supposed to reel you in, not add more to it.
Well, you could certainly make a case that the way the first period went, that this is a game that Jamestown could easily be in control of. It's a 1-1 game. Half their team's in the penalty box, and they got a 2-man advantage that they have to worry about with their captain potentially gone for an extended period of time. I don't know if he got a 10 or a 2. It's the message clearly being delivered by the officials, not necessarily being heard by the bench to our right.
Let it be known, this is not biased or disdain towards any team. It's just we're seeing this one team make the same mistake over and over and over again. They should be thanking their lucky stars this game is tied right now. You can argue it should be 3-1 right now. It's actually kind of bad on Gannon's end that it isn't.
As a coach, I can say that anytime I've seen a team of mine giving away opportunities and making things that much harder for themselves, it makes you want to tear your hair out. This is a silly couple of mistakes, but they win the face-off, and Kellogg trying to chase this one down.
That is something Gannon's going to have to worry about here with this penalty kill, because Kellogg is a threat to take one to the house and bury every time he touches the puck.
Even 5-on-3, he's a dangerous player to keep an eye on.
And I don't think he cares that it's 5-on-3. He is able to skate through anybody if they let him. If you give him an inch, he's going to take 10 miles. Ooh, that was a great play there by Barber. He's been the one constant steady head. 5-on-4 now.
Again, just taking too long to get that shot away. Goaltender getting all day to square up to it. Passes either need to get there quicker or the shots need to get away faster.
Again, is it fair to call this a complete lack of urgency for Gannon?
It doesn't seem like as much as it should be.
I mean, another 3-on-1 where they don't even get the puck to the net. All right.
Could have been called there, but maybe a little bit of a sell as well. Net comes off, and we get a stoppage in play. 2 seconds now remaining in the last Jamestown penalty that's on the board. And
to say that's a missed opportunity, that's like 3 missed opportunities for Gannon that they barely even threatened a goal here.
Jamestown having a little bit of difficulty with this change. Referee dictating which players need to come on, which players need to come off. And now we're ready for the conclusion of this Gannon extended power play.
Hard shot there, and that'll do it, as despite all the boneheaded low hockey IQ play by Jamestown, they get out of there quite literally unscathed.
And the only damage withstanding here is the 2 players serving their 10-minute misconducts in the box that Jamestown will be without their services for, not exactly sure, but at least another 5 minutes or so. But back to 5-on-5 for the first time in what feels like forever.
Yeah, it's weird to see that many green jerseys on the ice at once.
I was about to say, is that too many men?
Ooh, neat little glove there by Rock, as one Jamestown player that did his part times 1,000 was him. Every save, no rebounds, no high danger. The best penalty killer was the best penalty killer for what felt like 20 minutes of game time.
But again, it didn't really feel like he was challenged the way that Gannon would have wanted to.
No. And now here comes Jamestown, and at 5-on-5, they've had the better play by a lot. So let's see if that continues, or if Gannon at least got some confidence to skate the puck into the zone. We're going to see here. Play is offsides. Nope, there's a penalty, and it's going to Gannon. It is going to be Keegan Shefchek taking the penalty, and now the door's open for Jamestown, as I don't think 5-on-5 is something we're going to see much of today, Aaron.
Well, after Gannon was unable to do anything with their multitude of power plays, Jamestown gets the opportunity to potentially break this 1-1 tie. Under 5 minutes to go in period number 2. A date with Canisius is at stake here in this one, the D3 championship game tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, Bergman tried to go from his knees and bury, and he almost pulled it off.
He almost made the move while standing up and then going to the backhand. That would have been very impressive.
Bergman, back to the point, it goes for Kellogg. Kellogg getting in tight. Kellogg popping out, looking to create some space, finds someone on the back door, and they score! Bergman again from the same spot, and unbelievable, it takes them 20 seconds to do what Gannon couldn't do in 12 minutes.
That's the way that they went about it, too, should be noted, is that they attacked, they got it from one side to the other and then back across the front of the net, and Bergman didn't waste any time after a perfect pass from Kellogg. Kellogg maybe choosing in that instance to look for pass. He had been shooting a lot in the early going of this game. A bunch of them on net, a bunch of them missing the net. This time he looks for pass, and he has a beautiful setup. Bergman's second of the game makes it 2-1.
And Bergman, 2 pretty finishes on his 2 goals today. That is a punch right to the jaw for Gannon. Jamestown dangles the carrot for you. Let's see if there's a response. Moses takes a shot right into the shin guard of Barber, and now here comes Bergman, and Jamestown's got their legs. Here's Kellogg, looks to split him, a great stick lift late.
Kellogg looking for a call, not getting it.
I can understand why he'd want one there.
Good defensive play
Here's
by Moses.
They got numbers. Let's see what they do. Moses, Kellogg, dogged back check, but he gets it there.
Oh, Kellogg drives him into the corner. Deep Pasquale coming over there.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Joe. Don't do it.
Player's hurt, too.
So I know they're winning. So Deep Pasquale takes a penalty. They're getting Kellogg. So your leading scorer and your captain take horrendous penalties. I can't believe Kellogg is arguing right now. We just injured a guy running him face first into the wall. Like, this is a joke right now with these guys. You're the best player on the ice. Why are you playing dirty?
made a good play on the back check to run down that pass and make it that much more difficult to get across. The pass got there, the hit was late, and it was well away from the boards, using the boards to make it that much worse. The question is this going to be a 2-minute boarding call, or is it going to be a 5-minute boarding call? Again, the lack of discipline from Jamestown making this much more difficult on them in a game where they're leading.
This is nuts. Like, I just see the Scorsese absolute cinema meme right now.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be offsetting. So
I mean,
Jamestown may be avoiding a little bit of what could have been a terrible situation in that case. That could have been judged to be a major. It was only judged to be a minor. Di Pasquale coming over looking for a little bit of retribution, probably unnecessarily. 2 minutes, though, up on the board. Does this mean it's going to be a power play for? No, it's a 4-on-4. They just hadn't gotten the second one up there yet. So 4-on-4, 3 minutes and 47 seconds to go in the second period, which barely any of it's been played 5-on-5.
It's going to be Cooper. Dipping down below the goal line. Cooper, he's got some room and he's got some great speed, and he splits 2 forecheckers and he creates a 3-on-2. Cooper's got Powell on his flank, finds him. Powell looking to go to the back door, nothing home. Now here comes Gannon. They've got a 2-on-1. It's Spriegel. He's got Hawks with him. Spriegel to Hawks on his backhand, and he's not able to tuck it into the open net. He got the move, but he didn't get the finish. Here's Powell. Back and forth we go. Malik Powell. Gains center, finds Smith, takes a shot, and it's tipped wide. Again, Gannon just kind of coasting around when they have some opportunities. Here's Spriegel. Spriegel takes a shot, relatively harmless, steered aside. Johnson gets it up to Barber. Up it goes. Stick down, and Brandon Smith will chip it up out of play, and a lucky fan gets a souvenir as well. The gentleman in the Dr. Pepper quarter zip, he wanted that puck real bad, and my man, he achieved his dream right there.
What a moment.
Come to Northwest Arena in Jamestown. All of your hockey dreams will come true.
And dream about 5-on-5 hockey.
Most of your dreams will come true.
I'm sure it'll be 5-on-5 again, maybe just for a brief period of time.
Well, we'll see. It is going to be Jamestown as it's Bergman spin around looking for the Hattie, and a toe save made by Bisbee. Here comes Moses. Moses on his edge. Looking for the pass in front. He avoids a stick, sends it in front. There's the shot, and a great stick there by Bergman. Puck is played with a hand pass as we're down to 2 minutes remaining here in the second period. 13 seconds remaining in the offsetting minors to Kellogg and Di Pasquale.
Been opened up a little bit here with this 4-on-4 play. Both teams enjoying some of that open ice and taking advantage of some of those large passing lanes that have been afforded for the last 47 seconds of 4-on-4 play. Gannon getting the late offensive zone power play, or face-off rather.
Puck to the blue line. It's backhanded in, and there's going to be a race for it between Cooper and and Hawks.
Well, that was pretty dramatic right there.
Yes.
He got them both. There was a hook there, and there was a serious dive.
Cooper goes to the box. No one from Gannon seems to be headed there.
Oh, he just called the dive. I mean, it was a pretty bad dive.
Yeah.
But I thought he was going to take both off the ice there.
Yeah, sorry, young buck. That is on film, and that's on the internet forever, so that's out there for that dive.
So it's a late power play now. I was stumbling upon my words there after that last faceoff. I said it was a late power play, almost foreshadowing what's about to happen.
Barber Sends it down low. Oh, someone's behind the D-man. The goalie's going to have to come out and play it.
It's Kellogg.
Yep, they got to be aware of him now, and he's mad, so you definitely got to make sure that you know where he is, because he's going to be coming flying in. He's been in the box for half the period, so he's probably fresh. DePasquale out there. Makes a move, walks in, sends one over. Oh, if that laid flat, that was going to be wired. Johnson skating through neutral ice, gets it down low as Bergman leading the forecheck. But it's going to be Gannon breaking it out as we're down to 1:05 remaining here in the second period. Irvin through in down into the zone. As Cooper Shelter's doing a great job knocking the puck out of the air. DePasquale's got to slow his roll here because now they're looking for him. The refs are, 45 to go here in the second period. 1 minute remaining in the power play. DePasquale through the zone. He's got everyone's attention. There's the shot, gloved it, not exactly routine. Uh-oh, Kellogg's got to step and Moses has got to run him down and he's not going to catch him. Kellogg shoots for the 5-hole, big save there by Bisbee. They got the slash though on him.
And again, this is really just what the second period has been. It's been Jamestown taking penalties and then Gannon failing to sense any sort of urgency with the man advantage and being very casual with their power plays. In that case, it ends up with the most dangerous player in the building getting a breakaway opportunity. Gannon being forced to take a penalty as they were retreating defensively, and it eliminates the last 38 seconds of a power play that, again, they've been given so many of those power plays in this period.
Aaron, they've had the power play for like 14 minutes in this period.
And doing very little with any of those man advantage opportunities.
Oh, what a play there by Bergman. He puts it through the faceoff man's legs and puts a shot on goal. Very, very good of Colin Bisbee to be on his toes to make the save.
Conversation over at the scorer's box. Short one, so they're going to hold the clock for 3 seconds. That's what I believe I'm seeing with the hand gestures down there, and then we have a quick start on the face-off. And we'll try again from the dot to the left of Bisbee.
Let's see what the final 20 seconds of this period have in store for us. Pass in front of the net, and Gannon's got some time if they want to move it. Oh, there we go. Let's see if Gannon can get something here with 8 seconds left. There's the shot to the net. Oh, and he couldn't get his stick on it. Spriegel had an open net, and he couldn't gather the puck in time, and that's how the period's going to end.
Almost a little bit of physicality in front of the Gannon bench.
I don't know. What is he doing?
You know what? That was a really smart play by the linesman, jumping into what he saw was a potential situation.
He's still going at him, too. Look at this.
Yeah, we're both play. You could certainly see that type of play result in something continuing afterwards. It didn't happen because the linesman that was right there on the spot made sure that he got in between the two players. Both of them were able to skate away and have their cooler heads prevail, and now there's a more full-fledged conversation with Bergman and the head referee here at center ice. Maybe, potentially, Jamestown trying to get on the proper side of the officials, and they certainly could use that, clinging to a one-goal lead with a period to play.
Or they could just not play like the way they did. But either way, despite all of that, despite their undiscipline, and despite them just playing bad hockey the entire period, they are heading to the break with a 2-1 lead. We're going to step away for an ice resurface and be back for the third period here on Nickel City Hockey Network. And welcome back to Northwest Arena in Jamestown, New York, where we are just about ready for third period action here in the UNYCHL semifinals between the Gannon University Golden Knights and the Jamestown Community College Jayhawks, live here on the Nickel City Hockey Network. I am Sean McHugh, here to deliver you the call of the third period of tonight's action, joined by color commentator, producer Aaron Alpern, camera operator Jeff Jezorowski, live from the NCHN broadcast booth. Aaron, it was a second period.
There were 20 minutes in it. There were times, not many, where each of the teams would play with 5 skaters on the ice, but for the majority of it, it was either 4-on-4, 3-on-3, 4-on-3, 5-on-3, 5-on-4.
And to any of our new viewers, hockey's typically played 5-on-5. That period had some stuff.
Really, what I think the message to send here about this game at this point is Jamestown needs to have learned from that period, and they need to avoid shooting themselves in the foot. Essentially, the self-inflicted wounds that they kept on taking in the second period are the reason why this is a 1-goal game. If they play the final 20 minutes 5-on-5, Jamestown should cruise.
I agree. And let's see if they do it as Kellogg, as he will be the catalyst for Jamestown pulling away. He will be on the ice. As it is now going to be an icing, as Gannon will be shorthanded in about 2 seconds, and Jamestown will get an opportunity to widen the lead. They somehow were able to build, despite spending about 60% of the period, multiple skaters down.
Yeah, it was 1-0 coming out of the first, and after Gannon tied it up, they kept on being gifted power plays but couldn't do anything with it. Literally nothing, sometimes really kind of lacking the proper urgency as Gannon gets the clear just as the Jamestown penalty expires, and they go on the penalty kill for the next minute 10.
Here is Kellogg skating through the zone, and once again, he can jet. Here's Kellogg. Feeds one in front of the net, save initially, and there's the hat trick. It is going to be number 3 for Cooper Bergman, and just like we said, as long as they play hockey, they're the better team, and they have a 2-goal lead.
I said if it was 5-on-5, they would cruise. It was the 5-on-4 opportunity that they had, an abbreviated power play, but again, it's the combination of Kellogg and Bergman. They came together for the second goal. They have now come together to make it a 3-1 game as the Jamestown fans throw the hats onto the ice. Well, at least they tried to. That one only got as far as the Jamestown bench.
There's a good attempt here, and now we're back to 5-on-5 here, as it is going to, and it is Cooper Bergman who gets his 3rd of the game, and it is a 3-1 Jamestown Community College League. And then Greaves lays a nice body check, and then here's Bergman again. That play was about 7 feet off sides. No call there. That's an interesting time to swallow the whistle, but puck is held there by Bisbee, and we're going to get a face-off as we're 52 seconds down here in the final frame.
It looked like it was one of those plays where as the puck carrier was gaining the blue line, there was a little bit of a hitch in how he crossed the blue line. His teammate entered the zone definitely before him, but the linesman was already ready to wash it out, so maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself as the puck carrier certainly got ahead of his own hands there on that zone entry play.
Puck is set up the zone, and it's going to head through neutral ice as Barber is going to pick it up in his own end. Barber reverses on his edge, gets the puck out into neutral ice, and this is where Jamestown wants the game to live. Neutral zone and in the Gannon zone, as here's Noah Kellogg offsides again as Bergman jumped the line while Kellogg was tight roping it, and we're going to get stoppage with 18:44 to go here in the 3rd period.
Faceoff will be in front of the Gannon bench, and as they give up the 3rd goal here early on in period number 3, gonna need a response as they continue with 5-on-5 play. Maybe you can make a case that 5-on-5 has been their best setup in terms of personnel.
I would have to agree. At 5-on-5, they have been the better team for most of this game. If they just keep it that way, like you said, advantage Jamestown.
Or at least they've been at their, both teams have been at their best when playing even strength. And we get
a high stick in the face-off.
With a high stick.
Yep, yeah. Coming into the Gannon zone. It's going to be the captain Spriegel leaning in to take the face-off against Brandon Smith. And face-off's one for a shot and a quick glove there by Bisbee, as we're going to get another whistle, as I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of whistles in this 3rd period, Aaron.
It's been a long day here from Northwest Arena in Jamestown. We started with the 12 o'clock noon game. That was Canisius defeating Geneseo. Canisius will face the winner of this game in the Division III championship game tomorrow afternoon.
Here's a breakout chance here as it's going to be Shevchuk. Shevchuk fires it wide. Puck sent to the front of the net, but nobody home. Good play there on Brandon Smith as Gannon's going to keep the puck alive, but they're just going to get it deep, but Jamestown's going to pick it right back up. Johnson chips it up for Brandon Smith, and it's chipped in there by Heinzel. Here's Cooper looking for a trailer. He's going to pick up the puck at his blue line, try to send it deep, but Gannon's there to pick it up. It's DePasquale over the head of Cooper, icing waved off, and it doesn't make it as far anyway. Johnson going to the wall, given a rough ride there by DePasquale. That puck sent up and out of play, and we're going to get another whistle with 17:50 to go here in the third period.
The faceoff going to be deep in the Jamestown zone to the right of netminder James Anthony Rock, as he has been a solid netminder, certainly in the second period when his team faced multiple shorthanded opportunities. Making the saves he was required to, nothing too spectacular, but certainly making every save that was asked of him in a time when he was needed to make them.
Down low it goes as it's going to be Landon Wurst getting to work down below the goal line. Picked up there by Colson Barber. Neat little backhand, trying to get it out of the zone. It was kept in initially, and it's just fired back in. I don't think Jamestown's going to have much issue with this. They're Mazurko. Looking for the breakout, looking to sidestep one forechecker. He just is going to flip it through neutral ice. And then Jamestown's going to get it back. Here come the Hawks with Wojtowicz, but that puck is going to head through neutral ice. Jamestown having a very difficult time keeping the puck on the 85/200 sheet of ice as we're going to get another whistle.
Gannon also having some difficulty here in the most recent going of this game, really generating a whole lot. Seems that you could. I was about to say you could make a case to me, and I'd believe you if you told me that they played yesterday, because they kind of look a little bit that way. That some of those loose pucks that they could get to, it's that extra bit of hesitation, maybe the heavy legs that you would expect in a situation where it's back-to-backs. It's not, however, in this case, just maybe the way the puck is bounced today.
DePasquale using the big body to get to work on the wall. He's taken on two Jayhawks. Gannon does get the puck to the front of the net. Nobody on the back door to bang it home. Long shot from the point, saved by Rock. He's been spectacular today. Oh, they lost Kellogg, but the pass doesn't get there. But Barber makes a great save. Oh, that's a nice play. See you later. Here's Kellogg going for the dagger. Kellogg on his backhand. There it is. Unbelievable pass by Cooper Shelters, and Kellogg on what feels like his 18th shot on goal. Beautiful move to the backhand. It's 4-1 Jamestown, and like you said, Aaron, at 5-on-5, they're going to cruise.
I didn't feel like I was making too much of a statement there, but they've certainly proved me right, putting two more goals up here in the first 4 minutes of period number 3, and they were in command. Now they are well in command, certainly cruising in the third period, as we said they potentially could. Now they just have to make sure they remember to stay out of the penalty box for the remaining 16 and change.
Yeah, and Jamestown are already looking to play the bench, as it looks like John Paul Cavallo getting his first shift of the game. Don't see a whole lot of him out there, but good to see the young man getting some ice time here.
I think he served a penalty earlier. Caught you speechless there, Sean.
You know what you did. And you know why I'm laughing, and it has nothing to do with anybody in this game. Anywho, puck is sent all the way down the ice as 5 minutes are gone here in the final frame, as Jamestown has kind of taken a stranglehold on this game. And if you're Gannon, you just got to look back. Jamestown put it on a platter for you. It was there for you for half of a period. It almost seemed like they wanted you to get goals, the way they were just not learning their lessons. It did not matter. The penalties were killed, and now Jamestown's moving. Brandon Smith with a shot. Good. A skate right there as Gannon's going to skate it out. Heinzel gets to center ice, loses the puck. Gannon just trying to get over the blue line, having a struggle with that, and it's picked up by Young, and Young's just going to bat it through neutral ice. Puck is shot in there, and it's stopped there by Rock. Pass to the middle of the ice. It's gathered there by Gannon. And yeah, like Aaron alluded to, it's just big hit there by Cooper, and that was clean. That was a nice defensive play by number 9 in green.
Yeah, they haven't stopped playing physically. They've just been smart about it here in this period so far.
Here is Worst. Saucers one over, and it's turned right back over to Jamestown. Kellogg sidesteps one, sidesteps two. Oh, here comes DePasquale. This might not be good. DePasquale smokes him. I don't know what holding the stick is if that wasn't it, but okay.
Playing along the line, along the edge.
And just Gannon's they're just not in position right now. Jamestown is just having hangers, and this isn't criticism, by the way. If a team's going to let you have hangers, hang them. They're just dropping below the line in the pass, and it's easy. They don't have to whip it down there. They just got to flip it up to the blue line, and somebody in green's going to have an opportunity to skate right into the puck.
And essentially what you've seen here is maybe the result of chasing Kellogg and Bergman around the ice for 2.5 periods. Gannon's legs seem to be showing the effects of it, and when they need to be able to dig deep and find a little bit extra to come back in this game, might not be there.
Yeah, here comes Shelters. That is not someone I'd advise getting in front of. He comes barreling down, and he's more of a go through you instead of around you kind of player. Gannon with Moses. Flipping the puck in. Rock comes out to slow it down, and then he finds Barber. Puck fired in, easy save made there by Rock as Johnson's going to flag it down, and there's no pressure whatsoever from Gannon, none.
Yeah, the forecheck has almost disappeared completely here as they look to get something going in transition. That might be the only way to get anything happening, as they can only just inch it across the blue line into the Jamestown zone before the Jayhawks are ready to go the other way with it.
Gannon again, going to try to get something going here. Steps by one, steps by two, but the pass isn't really anywhere on stride. And Jamestown's able to just get back and clog everything. Every inch of ice is going to be miserable for Gannon, and then a man blows a tire at the blue line, and Johnson chips it out. Malik Powell.
3-on-2.
3-on-2. No back check from Gannon at all. To the point where it's better to just chip it in and get possession with a 3-goal lead. I see the idea, but nobody home, and now here comes Gannon. It is going to be Irvin. He's got an absolute bomb of a shot. Lets it go right there. That's one way to get back into the game, as Irvin fires one to the far side, and Gannon finally breaks through after it feels like 10 hours of opportunities.
My brain said that was numbers, even though it was 2-on-2 coming into the zone. It was maybe the most advantageous numbers that they've had in transition in a while. Little bit of a gap being afforded by the defenseman. Irvin doing a good job of cutting from the right side over to the left side, finding enough ice to really load up that wrist shot and perfectly place over the glove hand. 4-2 game now.
Well, there's 12 minutes left in the game, and let's see if maybe a goal gives Gannon that extra jolt to see if they can find some legs here and get this to a 1-goal game.
Could use a bit of a jolt here in the broadcast booth, as it's been more than a bit of a long day here. We got here at noon, pushing 10:30 Eastern time, but excited to be able to bring you all this UNYCHL playoff action.
And we are now, puck is covered here by Colin Bisbee with 11:51 here to go in the final frame, with an offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Jayhawks.
4-2 is the score. 2 early goals here in the third period to increase the lead to 4-1 for Jamestown. Gannon getting on the board, as it was Luke Irvin picking up the goal just moments ago. And Jamestown looking to get that one back right away.
Cooper, down below the line he goes. Body's falling. DePasquale picks up the puck and he sends it up for Moses. Moses has to deal with Cooper in his back pocket, and that's enough to cause a turnover. Puck is held there by Surku. Surku certainly not afraid to play the physical game. Kellogg again looking for the drag. Surku with a shot and a big glove there by Bisbee, and then DePasquale hits a guy up high, and Surku thinks better of engaging and just skates off the ice. Oh my God, Aaron, they finally learned how to do it.
See if they can continue. We still got 11:20 to go here in this one. And if they manage to do this for the next 11 minutes and 20 seconds and come out of here with the victory, it'll be tested again tomorrow, because you definitely don't want to make those types of mistakes against the Canisius power play and give them opportunity.
If you give Canisius 12 minutes of power plays, you will lose. Ooh. Off the goalpost! Oh, that would have been the dagger, I believe, but the post keeps it a 2-goal game for the time being.
Still a lot of time left here in this one. Maybe it could be those little tense moments that gives the adrenaline boost Gannon might need.
Here comes Mazurko. Mazurko circles back in his own end, goes behind the net. Mazurko chips it up the wall looking for Kellogg, and Kellogg just under zero pressure whatsoever. Way too much ice to give 63. Way too much ice to give 63. I mean, kind of a bit of an ill-advised shot, but at the same time, any shot's a good shot with a 2-goal lead, as long as it hits the net.
Yeah, that's
let me rephrase that. Any shot on net is good.
Maybe too easy to make it for Kellogg there, as it was very little forecheck initially from Gannon, and then backing off the defensive pressure and giving him pretty much carte blanche toward the front of the Gannon net.
Here's Bergman. He's got 3 today, and he puts one on net. Easy save there by Bisbee, as we're just about halfway through the third period, and it's still a 4-2 Jamestown lead.
Just when it looked like Gannon might have a little bit of an opening, the top line again comes out, Bergman and Kellogg, to make sure that opening looks a little bit smaller after their 45 seconds on the ice.
Awkward fall for Brandon Smith. Good to see him get back up. And he's going to try to come out of there with the puck. The puck is, that's a great play there by Powell initially to keep that play alive. Halfway through the third period, it is a 4-2 Jamestown Community College lead, as Gannon going to look to get it to within 1. I mean, you can tell their legs are burning right now, but they got to try to find something. It is just a 2-goal game, somehow. And if they were just able to get one on one of those power plays, Aaron, we got a different hockey game. That's going to be icing. So Gannon is going to get an offensive zone faceoff to see if they can create something here in the final half of the third period.
Check out the personnel coming out here for this faceoff. No surprise to see Dan Morris out there, or Dan Moses rather, along with Joseph DiPasquale, 2 of the more dangerous players in uniform for the team in white. They're going to need a little bit of magic here in the last 10 minutes to come back.
Shot is blocked, but it's picked up there by Powell. Off the middle it goes. Pass was just late for Stevens, and he sends the puck into the far corner where it's picked up again by Powell. Fires one in front of the net. Nice sneaky little play there by Malik Powell. Barber keeps the play alive. Shot through traffic, saved by Bisbee. Hit there by Brandon Smith, and Gannon's going to pick up the loose puck, and it's going to be Moses skating through center ice, and he just gets to center ice before Barber finds the captain, Stevens. Stevens going in, looks to step into the slot, takes a shot, pad saved by Bisbee. Here comes Irvin, the most recent goal scorer, finds Moses one-on-one with Barber. And just Barber calmly removing his man from the puck, and then Jamestown looking to break it out again. Puck is spun right back into the zone where Jamestown's Johnson is going to gather. Johnson literally just skated in a circle and still got around his man, and Jamestown's just playing a nice game of keep away right here. Worst. Chipping it in down low. Well, there's some dump but no chase, and it's an easy pick up there for Barber.
Got to have more desperation on the forecheck here if you're Gannon.
It almost feels like Gannon just wants to get out of here.
I doubt that's the case, but I feel like it's more of what they have in the tank and what they're able to throw at Jamestown here, and not spending the extra energy to chase after a play that, they don't have a lot of confidence that they can make.
Big save there by Bisbee. He's keeping him in it right now. Chaos in front of the net there, and finally Gannon gets it out, and if that gets on, is that going to get on net? Yes, it is. That will not be an icing, as we are now down to 7.5 minutes here remaining in the third period.
Turnover.
Shot for the far side. Good pad save there by Rock. That's what they're going to need him. Make the saves he needs to make. Oh, boy. Kellogg was one step away from another breakout, but he's going to get the puck again, and there's no one within 10 feet of him. Shot from a tough angle, and then Bergman's going to pick it up. Bergman. Cooper with a shot. Save and held there by Bisbee. 7:06 to go here in the third period. It is a 4-2 Jamestown lead, and they've got Gannon gasping for breath right now.
This is exactly how they want to play the last 7:06 in the zone to our left. They don't have to generate the high-quality chances that they would have wanted to come up with early in the game. Just keep Gannon 200 feet away from your own net and make them work to get it to your net.
Bergman and DePasquale go to the boards. Help is coming, but it's going to be Gannon getting the puck initially. One-touch pass, and here come the Knights. It is Tarrant. Deals with Cooper, dumps it in, and it's going to be Shevchuk. Puck jumps out in the feet of DePasquale. Plays offsides, and Kellogg gets behind him again. Noah Kellogg, rolling puck, not quite able to settle that thing down. But as long as the puck gets into the Gannon zone, I feel like Jamestown's going to be fine with that result. Pass in front, and it's tipped in, and Gannon going to get in on the forecheck. Winged around it goes as it's Tommy Vanderlip down low. Shot from a tough angle, saved by Rock. Once again, here comes Gannon. Greaves rubbed off the puck nicely, but Powell picks it up at center ice, and he's got all kinds of time. Powell on his backhand, throws one to the front of the net. Neat defensive play by Gannon. That's going to head down the ice. Will not be an icing, but Cooper's going to head back in. Got some pressure coming on him. Cooper just calmly puts on the brakes and finds Stevens. Stevens, though, having a rough go of it, but the puck sticks to him, and then he finds Greaves. Greaves. Drag shot through, and the puck is just chipped out, but it goes off of the head of a forechecker as DePasquale is getting the business again from Jamestown. That's the one thing Jamestown cannot start doing is targeting him. Here we go. Here's DePasquale. Walks and scores! DePasquale, the thorn in the side of Jamestown, all of a sudden gets loose. We got a ball game, Aaron, with 5:24 to go.
And Jamestown forgot about the defensive end of things and just a little bit lax in coming back and having the proper numbers into their own zone. And bang, bang play. The puck squirts out from the wall right to the middle. And the wrong guy to leave there with the puck in that kind of space. If you're Jamestown, DePasquale making no doubt and making it a 4-3 game. So stay tuned for the last 5:24. Just as we're ready to count Gannon out, they seem to find one last bit every single time we say something.
Absolutely, and DePasquale with his 11th of the season, the offensive defenseman, has been involved in a little bit of everything today. Let's see, does Gannon have one more in them, or does Jamestown put the pedal to the metal to go for the kill shot? Next goal, obviously, is massive. Puck harmlessly through neutral ice, picked up there by Barber, and I feel like we're going to see him for 5 of the last 4 minutes of this game. Here comes Surku. Surku looking to create, look for the short side shot, just missed the post. Surku cleaned out, but he keeps his blade on the puck so they don't lose it, and a beautiful play as the puck is picked up by Daniel Young. Shot by Mazurko, and that's a big glove save made by Bisbee as 4.5 minutes left, 1-goal game.
Jamestown forwards reading that play nicely as they had all 3 players down below the goal line, but that's what it required to get control of that puck. Made the play to get it back to the point, got the shot on goal. Doesn't end up in a real massive scoring opportunity, but it's possession and it's time away from your end.
Face-off won by Jamestown, captained by Mazurko. Another shot blocked, and the puck comes out into neutral ice. That play was offsides. I can't fault Bergman for not being aware of that. It was inches, but it's still offsides, and the face-off will come out into the neutral zone.
No, it's going to come all the way down.
Oh, they called it intentional. Okay.
Yeah. Bit of a break there from Gannon, or for Gannon. But this is Bergman and Kellogg out there, and they've been trying to run a set play off of these defensive zone faceoffs. Keep an eye on 63 breaking up ice right off the draw.
Yeah, he's way far ahead, too, and the ref didn't notice it. He was basically lining up off sides, but you can get away with it. It's a skill.
There he is taking the breakout pass, but it just hops over his stick.
Di Pasquale, the most recent goal scorer. And honestly, if I'm Gannon, I'm going to put him out there because for some reason, when he's out there, the team in green sees red. And he's been getting them to do a lot. Ooh, Kellogg took a fall here. And now here comes Gannon, shot from the point. Tough save there. Good save there on Spriegel by Rock. Barber. This is the guy that Jamestown needs to lean on. And Kellogg. Shelters. Here's Kellogg looking to put it away himself. Kellogg going to the post. He's brought down, no call. Barber fires, deflected, scores! That is how you do it. I said it, you lean on him. What a shot. It changed direction in front of the net. It's 5-3, and Jamestown has him on the edge of the cliff. All they have to do is push him off.
Sean almost seeing into the future there, talking about Barber and Kellogg being the two keys for Jamestown to put this one away, and they combined to put this one away almost. 3:32 is what remains. That's all that separates this Jamestown Jayhawks team from a date with the defending champions Canisius and an opportunity to play for the UNYCHL D3 championship. And it looks like we have a timeout being called here. I'm guessing this one is being called by Gannon, but that's just a guess.
It is a timeout for Gannon, so they're going to try to reassess and build a game plan for desperation. And Aaron, you just look back to the opportunities upon opportunities upon opportunities Gannon had. They did not capitalize, and now that fifth goal, basically, they've got the spine on the knee. They just got to break it now.
And we keep on speculating about how much Gannon has left in the tank. Every time we are ready to throw dirt on them, the Golden Knights keep on digging themselves out and finding a way back into this game. They're really going to have to pull something off if they're going to come back from this 2-goal deficit with 3:32 remaining.
Well, it's got to start now as let's see what we have. We are down to the final 3.5 minutes here in regulation, a 5-3 Jamestown lead as Stevens and Moses lean in to take the face-off at center ice. Stevens tries to win it forward in kind of a scrum-like fashion. It's picked up there again by Moses. Through the neutral ice it goes.
Penalty coming up to Stevens.
And once again, when he's supposed to be out there to help solidify the game, the team captain takes a penalty 25 feet from the rink. I would seriously consider throwing the C on Barber for tomorrow. I'm not even joking.
He left his stick behind in the process, too. Interesting. All right, a little bit more life maybe being given to the Gannon Golden Knights. They've been given plenty of these opportunities, though, and they've yet to walk through the door on any of them. You're going to have to find a way to get some urgency, show the desperation you need with this potentially, most likely, your last power play opportunity.
Yeah, you would think, but here comes Gannon. Okay, this is it. If ever it is appropriate to call a power play a must score, here it is. Moses walks in, shoots through legs, puck's up in the air. Where is it? On the doorstep. Great defensive play there by Brandon Smith. Shot by save there by Strieger. There's one across, and there it is. The opportunity was there, and just the defense, and that should do it.
Yeah,
what were they doing?
They were trying to come back.
I understand that. You can't pull your goalie there. They can shoot at it non-consequentially. What a coaching blunder by Gannon. So yeah, Gannon just kind of sung their own swan song, and a full-length ice goal should be the backbreaker here.
6-3 now the lead for Jamestown as the power play, they attempted to make it a 6-on-4. They made it a 6-on-4. They couldn't maintain possession of it, and the puck sent the length of the ice into the empty net, making it 6-3. That should just about finish this one off. Just a question of exactly what the final tally will be.
Puck through neutral ice and is picked up there by Spreeger. Steered away by Rock. Puck's picked up there by Cooper. Cooper, ducking into his own corner, just gently floats it out, but is kept alive by Gannon. Long shot by DePasquale, saved by Rock, and he's going to cover as we're down to 2:28 remaining in the final period.
So finishing up the story we were talking about in the second period, there is not going to be a Division II game tomorrow in the UNYCHL playoffs because tomorrow's games fall on Sunday, and Redeemer University being a very devout Christian school, they are not allowed to have any activities on Sundays. Gannon with an opportunity there on the cross-ice pass. They qualified for the championship game, but not going to be able to play in it. And so the plan was to have Cortland, the team that they defeated, play tomorrow against St. John Fisher, which was the team that advanced from the other side of the bracket. However, when presented with that possibility, both teams simply said, we're not really that interested. And Cortland did not want to advance to a final or a game on Sunday after losing today. Meanwhile, St. John Fisher didn't want to have to go and play a team that had lost today. And so it turns out that the Division II playoffs will kind of end today with Redeemer with a victory, St. John Fisher with a victory, and no real champion.
I mean, I guess you'd call Redeemer the champions because Fisher's technically forfeiting, but also, if I may, Aaron, pretty cool way for Fisher's season to end if you can't win a championship, to win a game with 3 seconds left.
Yeah, that was pretty thrilling finish to their game today, and they still have more hockey to play coming up for nationals, the national tournament coming up in Florida. So only one game tomorrow will be the Division III championship, and now we get the last bit of physicality, as you kind of knew this one would probably start to go with, as it's been tempers close to flaring in a lot of different occasions.
Yeah, and he's injured. Cooper Shelters just, in a 3-goal game, just threw an elbow into somebody. What can I say except you're welcome on that one? At least I think it was Shelters, or was it Smith?
Hard to say what happened.
Whatever. A player's injured because of a dirty play by Jamestown, and they just will not play a classy hockey game. I don't know. I guess there's weakness in playing the game the right way to this team. And I'm sorry if anybody doesn't like hearing this, but this is not hockey. This is a joke. This is that beer league team in the 11 o'clock C League that nobody shows up for because you're going to end up going to work with a broken leg because these guys can't stop hitting people when they're not looking or hitting them in the head.
It was Smith. It was.
Apologies to Cooper Shelters. Apologies for considering you. I just saw the large head of hair and a man down. That's my mistake. It was Brandon Smith throwing the dirty hit.
It was at best from the side, definitely a blindside hit a good distance away from the board. So in a 3-goal game, I'm not sure exactly what message you're trying to send in that case, but you're potentially hurting your team if you do something along those lines at a moment where it doesn't mean anything. No. Your availability for tomorrow's game is the most important thing about the last 149. Nobody from Gannon really cares if, what. I don't think they're really going to lose any sleep over their opinion of you and your toughness level.
I mean, it's actively trying to injure people is not hockey. I don't care what the show Shoresy tells you. That's not how you play the game.
He got tossed too, or did he get a 10?
I mean, I don't know what. At this point, it's just.
Well, Brandon Smith being shown off the ice. The question is that a major penalty that's a DQ and will keep him out of tomorrow's game? Because that's an example of hurting your team.
And now the Jamestown faithful are getting in on the classless play, throwing things on the ice. It just keeps getting better. I mean, this is, I don't even know what to say at this point. I mean, players are getting hurt. Things are getting thrown on the ice. We have fans starting with the refs. Like, what are we doing here?
hopefully playing a minute 49 without any incident, and then moving on to tomorrow's Division III championship game.
I really wish that wasn't ambitious at best, but
somebody just got escorted from the hallway. Referee just skated to the door.
I mean, at what point do we start wondering about suspensions for tomorrow's game for these guys?
No, I think that was more of a Gannon player that was being directed at. 4-on-3 is what it's going to be in terms of the personnel in favor of Gannon. No idea what the penalties that were handed out. Not probably going to get a very clear announcement. Check the game sheet in a couple hours when it's finally posted. 4-on-4. I take it back.
Does a game misconduct disqualify you tomorrow, Aaron, or is it a gray area?
You know what? It's a question of how it's entered in the on the stat sheet. I'm thinking that he's not going to be available for tomorrow. That's my guess.
And that's not me hoping for anything. I'm just wondering because it's a big deal now because that is now the second Jamestown player that got himself thrown out of today's game. And Brandon Smith's an important player. He's on their top line. He's an extraordinarily talented player. Jamestown cannot afford to be without him.
So a minute to go here as Jamestown trying to finish this one off and do so without losing any more people for tomorrow's game. And Gannon, essentially what they're doing is they're finishing off what is a season they certainly have to be proud of. Is they've had a struggle for several years in the UNYCHL, finally able to put something together and put together a really strong roster. A season that they should be proud of. Stevens gets the goal late for Jamestown. And now we have another fight in front of the net.
That's just frustration on the part of Gannon. He's getting taken by his ear to his bedroom by his parents right there. As the captain Stevens makes a positive play, waits until 19 minutes and 22 seconds to do it. But the captain finally showed an ounce of leadership when the game was decided. And he's celebrating like he just scored the game-winning goal.
It was a big celebration, I thought, too.
Yeah, and he jumped into the glass where nobody was. Another player tossed. Even when they score, they get players acting a fool. Man. I mean, I'm glad Jamestown has all their fans here today because they are going out of their way to be extremely difficult to support.
And I think we have something going on with fans in the stands, too.
Like I said, if this team really wants to have the persona of a villain that nobody roots for, they are doing that at an exceptional level. I have no problem saying that out loud. There's 40 seconds left. Just call it before someone takes a slash to the throat or something.
All right, fellas, almost 11 o'clock. I'm ready to go home.
Oh, for the love of God, just drop the puck. Face-off one. Puck is sent through center ice. Final 30 seconds by Di Pasquale. And what feels like for the first time, he had the puck without taking a stick to the back of his head. Through neutral ice. Let's see what happens here. And Joseph Di Pasquale, having mercy on all of us, takes it behind the net. He's going to flip it down, and that's going to do it. Jamestown will meet Canisius in the championship tomorrow at 3 p.m. It was a hockey game that Jamestown won, and that's all I have to say about it.
We'll finish off the point I was making before the last Jamestown goal. Gannon's season ends with an 8-8 record, but certainly a step in the right direction for them, as certainly a resurgent season for the Golden Knights and a lot to build on for next year. Meanwhile, at the other end of the rink, it's going to be the Jamestown Community College Jayhawks playing for the league championship tomorrow in Division III, squaring off against the defending champions, the Canisius Golden Griffins, Griffs, and Jayhawks tomorrow for the championship.
Once again, that is a 7-3 final. The Jamestown Community College Jayhawks take it and will look to take a championship in their home arena in front of their home fans. That's going to do it here for us here at Nickel City Hockey Network. For color commentator, producer Aaron Alpern, camera operator Jeff Jezerowski, I'm Sean McHugh. Thank you very much for joining us. If you were able to sit through that entire game, we appreciate you as well. That'll do it for us. We'll see you tomorrow.